Dear all, Autism Learning Materials Supermarket is an autism community project implemented by NBAI, AI for Autism, Job4autism, and Mr. Duong to provide authentic and updated 24/7 documents thanks to artificial intelligence for parents with children with autism and related disorders, specialized teachers, inclusive teachers, and therapists. Today, we would like to introduce video N0.13, Building Bridges, Autism and Communication.
Hey, and welcome to The Explainer. You know, for any parent, I think one of the most important journeys we can ever take is trying to enter our child's world and see things from their perspective. Today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to explore some really practical ways to build communication bridges with children on the autism spectrum and how to turn everyday moments into truly powerful points of connection. So let's dive right in with this question that might surprise you. How can a simple game of peekaboo become a powerful tool for connection? I mean, what if a game you already know, a game you've probably played 1,000 times, is actually so much more than just a game? What if it's a foundational tool for developing social skills and building a really joyful bond with your child? Well, we're going to explore exactly how. All right, first things first. To build those bridges, we kind of need to understand the landscape. So let's take a look at the core of the communication challenge that many children with autism experience. Okay, so what are we really talking about with autism spectrum disorder, or ASD? The most important thing to get is this. It's not a defect. It's just a different way the brain is wired. It's a developmental condition, and it shapes how a person experiences the world, particularly when it comes to social interaction, communication, and behavior. Think of it like a different operating system, a completely unique perspective. So what might this actually look like in day-to-day life? Well, you might notice your child has a really hard time with eye contact. Or maybe they repeat words and phrases over and over. That's a behavior known as echolalia. They might seem to prefer playing alone or have trouble reading nonverbal cues, like a smile or a wave. Pretend play can be really challenging. And oh boy, even tiny changes to a routine can be deeply upsetting. Recognizing these signs, that's the first huge step towards understanding and support. But here's a really crucial insight about communication. It's built on a foundation, just like a house. You wouldn't put the roof on before you build a solid foundation, right? Well, before we can focus on words, we have to make sure that foundation is strong. So let's look at the essential skills that have to come before speech can really take off. The very first building block is imitation. This is how all children learn. They see an action, like you clapping your hands, and they try to copy it. They hear a sound, and they try to make it. This simple act of copying actions and sounds is the most direct path to eventually imitating words. Next up is turn-taking. Just think of it like a game of catch. I throw the ball to you, you catch it, you throw it back. Every single conversation, no matter how simple, follows this basic rhythm. It's that back and forth flow that makes interaction happen. And finally, there's joint attention. This sounds a bit academic, but it's a simple, beautiful thing. It's just the act of sharing an experience. It's that moment when you and your child are both looking at the exact same thing, a bird outside, a toy on the floor, and you both know you're sharing that moment. This shared focus is absolutely critical for communication to grow. So how do we build these foundational skills? Well, it's not through drills or boring flashcards. No. It's through something far more natural and joyful. Play. Let's open up your first practical toolkit. Remember that peekaboo game? Here is how you can turn it into a powerhouse activity. For a very young child, you can gently bring their little feet together to hide your face and then part them with a big "oh-wah." For older kids, you can guide them to use their own hands. In this one simple, repetitive game, you're teaching turn-taking, you're rewarding eye contact, and you're building that joyful, shared attention. It's brilliant. Here's another one, the simple drawing game. Seriously, just start with basic shapes. As you draw a circle, you just talk about it. Look, a round circle. And even if your child doesn't respond at first, don't worry. Your narration is building their understanding. You're creating a moment of joint attention right there on the page. And slowly, you can make the drawings a little more complex. Maybe a house or a tree, just follow their lead. Now, for kids who are nonverbal or find speech really difficult, words can be a source of huge frustration. So a crucial idea here is that we can build a bridge with pictures. This is the whole concept behind the Picture Exchange Communication System, or PECS. A child can simply hand you a picture of what they want: an apple, a toy, a hug. This gives them a powerful way to communicate their needs immediately, and it can massively reduce frustration and challenging behaviors. These games are fantastic, but the real magic, the real transformation, happens when we weave these supportive strategies right into the fabric of everyday life. Every routine, getting dressed, bath time, snack time, is a golden opportunity for learning. Instead of teaching skills in isolation, you use the child's own interests and daily activities as the classroom. You're teaching in the moment, in a context that is real and totally meaningful to them. This quote really highlights a critical shift in perspective. Those challenging behaviors, the tantrums, the meltdowns, they are often not just behaviors. They are communication. A child might be trying to say, "I'm overwhelmed," or "I need a break," or "I don't understand." So the goal isn't to punish the behavior, but to understand the message behind it, and then teach a better, more effective way to express that need. Creating a supportive home environment is absolutely key. It starts with how you communicate. Use simple, clear language, and just slow down. Give your child a little extra time to process. Then it's about structure. Predictable routines create a sense of safety and can seriously reduce anxiety. And finally, bring in your whole support system. Use visual aids like pictures to back up your words, and get everyone, family, teachers, friends, on the same page to create a powerful, consistent network. So, does all this effort actually work? Well, I've got great news. The data is incredibly encouraging. Let's look at some real-world results from the research, because this is where we can really build a sense of hope. The results really speak for themselves. This chart tells an amazing story. It shows the progress kids made after just 6 months of these kinds of play-based interventions. The blue bars are where they started, and the orange bars are where they ended up. And just look at the jump in every single area, from understanding language to expressing it, from social skills to imitation and play. The growth isn't just a little bit, it's transformative. Let's make that even more concrete. This number represents one child's journey. Using a standard assessment, the child scored a 42 before the intervention, which is in the very severe range. After intervention, their score dropped all the way to 35, moving them into the mild to moderate range. This isn't just a number. It represents a real, tangible decrease in daily challenges and a huge improvement in their quality of life. We can see this progress when we look at specific skills too. Remember imitation, that foundational skill? Well, one study documented a child who started out unable to master any of the 4 imitation tasks they were given, 0 out of 4. After the intervention period, that same child mastered all 4, from 0 to 100%. This is proof that these foundational skills can absolutely be taught and learned, opening the door for all other communication to follow. So we'll end with this thought. We often think of connection as something magical that just sort of happens. But what if it isn't? What if connection is a skill? A skill that, with patience, with understanding, and with the right tools, parents and children can actually learn and build, brick by brick together. Thank you for joining us on The Explainer.
Autism Learning Materials Supermarket would like to thank parents, teachers, and interventionists. Please disseminate to relevant people in the autism community so that more and more people can access this authentic and scientific learning resource. To raise awareness in the community, please subscribe to watch the next videos. For any questions, please contact the email below.